Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and I'm here to talk to you about my TBRs for the Disability Readathon and Read Fat Positive. Usually I try to make one TBR video per readathon, but the end of the month has crept up on me, so I'm putting these two together because they are kind of interconnected. Often people who are fat receive subpar health care because their doctors just see their weight and decide that all of their health problems would go away if they lost some weight, and they don't actually diagnose serious chronic illnesses or diseases or that type of thing. So I see these as interconnected. The world is all interconnected, but I wanted to just point that out here. The Disability Readathon, as always, is happening all throughout April, and it's hosted by my friends Anna and Erin. I'll put the website down below so you can check out the prompts as well as recommendations. They put this together in such a way where there are 4 different categories of prompts, and you're meant to choose one prompt from each category. I've done that in the past. This time I'm using it as a jumping off point to get to some of the recs on my reading list that have disability wrap. Some of these are books that I took directly from the recommendations list, and because I don't like to do a ton of research before going into a book, I don't know what the rep is for some of these, but because it is on the recommendation list, I know that it has some form of rep in it. Essentially how I chose this TBR is I went through different recommendations from either them or other people online, and I looked to see if my library had it either as an audiobook or as an ebook. I will always depend heavily on the library, even in these times when I don't go there very often. The first book on my list is a short story collection called Unbroken, 13 stories starring disabled teens, and it's exactly what it sounds like. I don't know what the rep in this book is, but I know it's probably going to be 13 different types of representation, and I'm excited about that. I also have Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is one of the ones where I know the vaguest bit about the synopsis, which is Monday is a character who just doesn't come to school one day, and her best friend is basically like, where is she? And then she continues not being at school, and her best friend gets more and more worried. And as time goes on, people don't remember the last time they saw Monday, and the character is not getting any answers from her mother. I read Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson recently and absolutely loved it, so I'm looking forward to unraveling this mystery. In a similar vein, we also have Even If We Break. I know this is about a group of kids who go to a cabin in the woods. Something happens, so again, I didn't want to read too much into this one because I know there's going to be twists and turns and I don't want to be spoiled. I also intend to read Get a Grip, Vivi Cohen. This is an epistolary middle grade book about an autistic character who loves baseball, and that's all I need to know, really. I've also had Sitting Pretty on my holds list from the library for ages, and it should come in during this month. This is a memoir by a wheelchair user. That's basically all I know about it. And finally, at the recommendation of Jen Campbell, I have What Doesn't Kill You: A Life with Chronic Illness, Lessons from a Body in Revolt by Tessa Miller. Again, it's all in the title in this one. This one is a memoir by Tessa Miller. I'm excited to get into it. As for Read Fat Positive, that's happening from the 7th to the 13th of April, the 13th being my birthday. And that's hosted by Allie from Reverie with Allie. This readathon is chill. I don't even think it has any prompts. It's just read fat positive books. Again, I looked for suggestions, and then I went to my library's digital collection and I picked a few items. I have them on hold. I don't know if they're going to come in on time for the exact timing of the readathon, but I do hope to read them at least during April. The first book is 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake, which is a historical romance with a fat protagonist. That's all I need to know, honestly. The other book, which I assume will be on a lot of TBRs for this readathon, is Fat Chance Charlie Vega. This is a new release. It's a coming-of-age story about a character who happens to be fat. She's fine with it. Other people aren't. I'm excited to get into this one when I eventually get the hold for my library. As always, if you have recommendations that fit either of these readathons, please let me know about them because I will add them to my ever-growing TBR. And I've also previously made TBRs for the Disability Readathon, so I will link those down below because those have books that I have since obviously read, and I think I've enjoyed every single one of them. That's it for this video. Again, if you have any recommendations, please let me know down below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you're on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that is down below, as well as the link to my PayPal and my Amazon wishlist in case you would like to buy me a book. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!